So if you were thinking the Tokyo World Athletics Championships might be winding down a bit as we got towards the end, well, day 8 proved that completely wrong.
Oh, absolutely. It was just packed with drama. We saw historic ties, some huge upsets, and honestly, utter chaos in the relays, enough to give anyone a headache.
Right. And that's really why the source material for this deep dive is so fascinating. It's that unpredictability just shining through.
Exactly. So our mission today is to get past just the results you see on the ticker. We want to really dig into what happened. Like, what does it actually mean when two athletes tie for a medal? And how did all those DQs, those disqualifications, totally scramble the lineup for the finals?
Okay, let's break it down. There's a lot here, and some of the details, they get lost. We've split this into roughly 3 parts.
Sounds good.
First, that unbelievable heptathlon finish. Second, we've got a new middle-distance star to talk about. Right. And finally, we have to sort through the mess that was the relays. So if you missed any of the action, this is where we unpack it all.
Definitely. And we have to start with the women's heptathlon. I mean, it gave us one of the standout results of the whole championships. Yes, Anna Hall from the U.S. took the win.
Right, her first world title, really cementing her place at the top.
No question. But the real story, the one that just screams about how precise modern athletics is, that was the fight for bronze.
A split podium between Great Britain's Katarina Johnson-Thompson and Taliyah Brooks from the U.S.
And split almost doesn't do it justice when you look at the numbers. They finished 7 events absolutely level.
On points.
Exactly. 6,581 points each. I mean, think about that. All the throws, the jumps, the runs, calculated down, and boom, the exact same score.
That's incredible. Has that happened before?
It's the first time ever in history. 2 heptathletes sharing a world medal like this. Yeah. And when you look, Hall won with 6,802 points, so she's comfortably ahead.
Over 200 points clear, yeah.
But the gap between silver and bronze, 0. Absolutely 0. That kind of perfect tie is just mind-blowing.
So what was the final event? The 800 meters, right? How did it get so close?
Yeah, the 800 meters. And the sources really emphasize the tension here. For Johnson-Thompson, KJT, she was back in the stadium where she had that Olympic heartbreak 4 years ago, the injury.
Oh, right. I remember that. Tough memories.
Definitely. So she knew exactly what she had to do going into that final run. She knew the points deficit to Brooks.
Right. She was fighting for that redemption, and the math must have been flying around. The sources said she needed to beat Brooks by around 6 seconds.
That's the figure, around 6 seconds, which, in an 800-meter race is a decent gap. But in heptathlon points, that translates directly into closing that gap.
How many points is 6 seconds, roughly?
Well, it varies a bit. But in the 800, 1 second is maybe worth 40 to 60 points, depending on the pace. So 6 seconds, you're looking at maybe 300, 360 points she could gain.
More than enough to get the bronze alone if she hit that target.
Exactly. But she came up just short of that 6-second mark. And the result was, well, the scores lined up perfectly, agonizingly close.
Wow. And you have to think about the emotion there. KJT's reaction, disbelief at first.
Total disbelief, yeah. Then just raw emotion when the scoreboard confirmed the tie. I mean, even sharing it, this medal is huge for her. It's her 3rd major championship podium in a row.
It really cements that late career comeback story the sources talk about. A shared bronze, but still, what a journey.
Absolutely. And we shouldn't let that drama completely overshadow silver either. That was also pretty historic.
Kate O'Connor for Ireland, right?
Yes, claimed silver. A massive result for her and for Ireland, especially since the big favorite, Belgium's Nafi Thiam, the 3-time Olympic champ, had withdrawn earlier.
Okay, so Thiam pulling out obviously changed things. Was O'Connor's silver just down to that, or did she really earn it against the rest?
Oh, she earned it. Thiam's withdrawal opened the door, sure. But O'Connor had to deliver across all 7 events. She beat everyone else, including the 2 who tied for bronze. She was consistent under pressure.
Put together the performance when it mattered.
Exactly. A career-defining moment seized that opportunity. It's historic for Ireland no matter who else was or wasn't competing.
Truly wild results in the multis. Let's shift gears completely. From that tactical, point-by-point grind of the heptathlon to just pure speed on the track.
The men's 800 meters final.
Yeah. This one wasn't a tie. We had a clear winner and maybe the birth of a new star.
I think so. Gold went quite decisively to Kenya's Emmanuel Wanyonyi. Stormed to victory and a season's best time, too.
It feels significant for Kenya, doesn't it? Adding to that incredible middle-distance legacy they have.
It really is. And the key thing jumping out from the reports, Wanyonyi's is just 20 years old.
20? So he's not just winning, he's potentially a generational talent stepping up.
That's the crucial point analytically. We talk about rising stars, but Wanyonyi's been knocking on the door, this gold. It puts him right at the top table.
How did he run the race? Tactically sound.
Masterful, really. He controlled it from the front after the bell, had the kick, held off the challenge down the home straight, showed real maturity.
The kind you don't always see at 20 in a world final.
Exactly. That kind of composure under pressure, it suggests he's not just fast, he's already got the racing brain.
So maybe a new heir to that middle distance throne. And a big psychological boost for Kenya, too, reinforcing their strength there.
Absolutely. He beat a quality field and peaked right on time. That's what defines champions.
Right. Okay, now let's wade into the final part of this Day 8 puzzle, the relays.
Oh, boy. The relays.
If a heptathlon was precision, the relays were, well, the opposite. Chaos, infringements, confused officials.
Yeah.
The lot.
It really felt like someone just threw the rule book at the track. Starting with the men's 4x100 heats, Italy got disqualified.
What for?
Infringing on South Africa's lane, stepping out of your lane, especially during an exchange, that's a clear violation. Rules are there to keep it fair.
Okay, so Italy out. But the consequence for South Africa, that's the really weird part, isn't it?
It's bizarre. South Africa now has to run a solo race.
Just them, on their own.
Yeah, just them against the clock. And it's purely to figure out their lane for the final.
That sounds incredibly high pressure in a strange way. No one to race against, just the clock deciding your lane draw.
It's a ridiculous situation. They qualified based on the messed up race, but their time isn't valid for seeding because of the infringement, so they need a clean time. Imagine running that, knowing a tiny fraction could put you in lane 8 versus lane 4. Psychologically, that's tough.
A really tough ask.
Yeah.
And the chaos wasn't just the 4x100, was it?
Nope. Men's 4x400 meters, too. Zambia's men got thrown out as well.
Another technical infringement, like a lane break or exchange zone issue.
Likely something like that, yeah. And that DQ had knock-on effects, too.
Right, because it forced another weird situation.
Exactly. It forced the USA and Kenya into a head-to-head runoff. Just those two, battling it out simply to secure a spot in the final on Sunday. The disqualifications just completely blew up the normal qualifier process.
Crazy. An expensive way to learn you need to stay in your lane or pass the baton correctly. Speaking of which, how did Great Britain fare amidst all this?
A mixed bag for GB. The women's 4x100 team, they were solid. Dina Asher-Smith, Success Edwan, Desiree Henry, Daryl Nita, they got through safely, showed good composure.
Good. Some smooth sailing, at least.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the men's 4x100 team, their hopes were just dashed.
Bad mishap.
The classic gutting baton mishap. The sources pinpoint the exchange between Jonah Afiloko and Eugene Amodadze. It just didn't connect. That was it. Relay over.
Ah, brutal. So, okay, that was Day 8. Let's zoom out. What does all this, the ties, the DQs, the new champs mean for the overall picture, the medal table heading into the final day?
Well, no surprise at the very top. The United States continues to dominate. They have a commanding lead going into the last day. Their depth is just phenomenal.
Right, and Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The sources mentioned they were targeting a top 8 finish overall.
They were, but after Day 8, they're still quite far down, in 22nd place. Losing the men's 4x100 team definitely doesn't help their chances of climbing much higher now.
What about Ireland? O'Connor's silver must have boosted them.
Big time. They're currently 3 spots below GB, but that silver medal is huge for them. A real foundation gives them a massive lift psychologically. It puts them right on the map for these championships.
So, looking ahead to the final day, still plenty to be decided.
Oh yeah, 9 events left, including, of course, those eagerly awaited relay finals, the men's and women's 4x100 and 4x400.
Assuming everyone gets their lane sorted and manages to hold on to the baton this time.
Let's hope. Hopefully the officials have had a strong coffee and are ready for a smoother day. We just want to see the athletes shine.
Absolutely. So if we boil down all the information from the sources today, the 2 things you really need to remember are, first, that unbelievable heptathlon tie for bronze. Point for point, 6,581.
It's unprecedented how 7 events can somehow lead to 0 difference. It really shows you how intense and refined competition is now.
And second, just the sheer level of chaos in the relays, the DQs, the reruns, just figuring out who is actually in the final was half the battle.
A total mess, administratively.
Which brings us nicely to our final thought, something for you to chew on, based on what we've discussed.
Yeah.
That heptathlon tie, that perfect 0 margin result. Does an event like that suggest we might need to look at the scoring tables again, maybe tweak them to force more separation?
Yeah.
Or does it simply highlight that athletes have reached such a peak, such parity, that the current system is just accurately reflecting that impossible closeness?
Exactly. Is it time for a technical review, or is this perfect tie just the ultimate proof of how incredibly high the level of competition really is? Something to think about.